Now, this will be a very short video about Star Wars: The Old Republic. I used to play it for a short while in 2018, but I stopped because I got a little bit bored of it, and I was still playing World of Warcraft at the same time. But now I just can't keep playing World of Warcraft anymore. It's just so bad. So I thought I might try Swtor again. Note that I'm playing a sorcerer, so that's what the footage is from. And well, let's see how it is. Alright, so the combat is still very simple and kinda clunky, but it's still pretty cool being able to shoot all kinds of different lightning attacks, and if you wanna play smart you can pretty much constantly be moving while attacking, of course, and that's a pretty big plus for me because I'm an impatient idiot, and that's what I like to do. I like to move around and attack. Nevertheless, it's an okay combat wise. Your character still has to finish its attack movement, whatever you would call it, until it can cast another attack. So combat is kinda slow if you compare to other games, but it's still a pretty small price to pay, I think. Easy. Now, I don't really know how to power level or grind your way fastest to level 70. And that's not really my intention anyway. So my game plan is, for each new planet I arrive on, I will start by doing the heroics. Because that way I can get some extra experience and the gear. Because finishing a heroic rewards you with a crate that has 2 pieces of best in slot gear. And this worked very well for me since I only wanted to do the main story, so I don't even bother with doing side missions or even planet story missions. I just quick travel to the heroics, and after finishing all of them, I continue with the main story.
The fun.
Help me complete my ritual, and I will get you through Voskar and into space.
Me go wide, wide Chakamba. Come on, me.
Where can I find you?
Guavaska.
So, I have only played as a Sith character, and a dark side one at that, so I don't really know how a light side or a Republic side character does. But I like playing Sith because you get really fun options and you can be really evil. I mean, you can be like psychotic evil, or you can be smart evil, or you can just be a light side Sith. It all depends on your own style. Now my Sith is evil, but it's not a psychotic evil, more like a power-hungry evil who will stop at nothing to get to the top. But still trying to be smart and making kinda smart decisions. Although it sometimes ends with me just killing them all and just not doing the smart things. But that's the kind of fun of it, you can choose to do whatever you feel like.
Reminds me I am still functioning.
Yeah. Don't you fucking forget it.
Galaxy will continue trembling at your approach if it knows what's good for it, Master. Maker knows I do.
So, as in KOTOR 1 and 2, in Star Wars: The Old Republic, you get companions, and some of them can be romanced. Now I chose to have mine with Ashara, which I kinda regret, but my decision is final. And besides, there were no other female companions I could romance, except for Lana, but that's for a later expansion in the game. And I don't really want a male romance, maybe in another playthrough, but not in this one. Although I would make an exception for Kem. Well, anyway, the companion system is pretty well made, I think. You get to interact and have personal conversations with them pretty often, and is with previous RPG games, KOTOR 1 and 2. What you say or do affects your companions in a positive or a negative way. So going back to Ashara, she's a pretty boring and bland character, and I just didn't feel like her and my Sith got a real connection. Hell, I felt more like a couple of Kem than her. But still, it was a pretty enjoyable and a lot of cringe moments when talking and romancing her. She was boring, but I still enjoyed it, nonetheless. That's what I'm talking about.
Have I told you how much I love you?
Oh shit.
We need to take time for ourselves more often.
I think isn't that a little early? Take ourselves.
I told you, I love you.
I believe you now. I'm sorry if I ever doubted us. Nothing so beautiful could be wrong.
The story in Star Wars: The Old Republic is always really good. At least the class quests. I love the class quests. They are great. You really get to know your character and your companions and shape the way you want the story to go. How the fate of the galaxy will turn out, which people you want on your side and who you don't want. Like, you can get a potential ally, which will affect the final outcome of whatever quest you're doing at the time. An example is one of the early quests on Korriban, where you can choose to either help an apprentice or her master. Aiding the master results in that he likes you, since you did him a personal favor, but the apprentice won't like you, since you didn't help her instead. And, of course, vice versa. Same with the companions, they will of course respond to most of your answers, although in the end game, it won't matter much since the story has to go on. Although in later expansions, if you piss off a companion named Koth, he can make life annoying. By stealing your ship because it doesn't agree to your actions and believe it's the right thing to do. But I have always hated Koth, so I never side with him, and I've actually never seen the other outcome. But I mean, if you like KOTOR 1 and 2, I think you will really like the class quest in Swtor. Even if it's an MMO RPG, you can really make it into an RPG single player game if that's your style. Well, to be honest, until you get to endgame, it's pretty much a solo game, I would say. But still, I really like the questing aspect of it all. There are a lot of side quests and heroics that you can do while doing the main class quests if that's your thing. I usually only play the class quests and do the heroics for each planet and then move on. Still, the story is really good in my opinion, and they do have a lot of it as well, so you won't run out of story if you intend to play all the classes, which you probably will, because if you start with a class and you see how good the class quests and story really are, you will usually want to play the others. Light and Dark Side, Sith and Jedi, and even the Ranger classes. All in all, it's a pretty good and entertaining game.
Good work, Moff Pyron. I will meet you there.
Excellent. I'll have you know I shall see you.
Whatever. Jesus. Okay. All right. So I'm thinking of finishing my class quest until I start doing the expansions, like this one, for example. Because in that one, they refer to me as a council member, right? And I know that eventually I become a council member because I killed Lord Phantom and take his place on the Dark Council. But I want it to be correct, so I want to be on the Dark Council before someone calls me like, oh, you're a Dark Council member. Like, yeah, I am, but not yet. Or I will be. If you like Star Wars and you like Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2, I can almost guarantee that you will like this game. It's full of fun Easter eggs and references that will make people like us go crazy. Chat is filled with idiots spamming Star Wars quotes and RPing. The story is amazing and the world is pretty nice as well. And if anything, it will keep you entertained for at least a month or two. And you might find a guild that you can PvP or PvE with. You never know. And yeah, that's it for me. Thank you for watching. Have a great day, night, whatever, and take care.